Hey everyone, welcome back to I Dare You Sleep. I know a lot of you love to fall asleep to these creepy stories, but before you do, leave a comment and let me know where you're listening from around the world. And if you're enjoying the thrills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see if you can make it through without losing any sleep.
In the heart of a small town nestled between the whispering woods and the misty lake stood an old abandoned amusement park. Once vibrant with laughter and joy, it now loomed like a shadow of its former self, its rides frozen in time, its lights extinguished, and its atmosphere thick with an eerie silence. Legend had it that the park was cursed by the restless spirits of those who had perished there in a tragic accident many years ago. Despite numerous attempts to revive it, the park remained deserted, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked within its gates. A group of adventurous teenagers, fueled by curiosity and bravado, dared each other to spend a night within the forsaken park. Among them was Emily, a thrill-seeker with a penchant for the supernatural, who relished the opportunity to uncover the mysteries that shrouded the abandoned amusement park. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape, the teenagers crept through the rusted turnstiles and into the heart of the park. The air grew colder, and the faint sound of distant whispers echoed through the empty corridors. Their first stop was the carousel, its once vibrant horses now weathered and decrepit. As Emily approached the carousel, a chill ran down her spine, and she felt as though a pair of unseen eyes were watching her every move. Ignoring her unease, Emily climbed onto one of the weather-worn horses, her friends following suit. With a creak and a groan, the carousel lurched into motion, its ancient machinery whirring to life. But there was something off about the carousel, something sinister lurking beneath its faded facade. As the carousel spun faster and faster, Emily felt a wave of dizziness wash over her. The world blurred around her, and she struggled to maintain her grip on the carousel horse. Desperate to escape, she called out to her friends, but her voice was drowned out by the deafening sound of the carousel's music. Suddenly, the carousel came to a jarring halt, and Emily found herself alone, surrounded by darkness. Panic rising in her chest, she stumbled off the carousel and into the deserted park. But the park was no longer abandoned. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, and the air was thick with the scent of decay. Everywhere she turned, she caught glimpses of twisted figures lurking in the shadows, their eyes gleaming with malice. Terrified, Emily ran through the maze of empty rides, each step echoing through the silent park. But no matter how fast she ran, she could not escape the grasp of the cursed amusement park. As dawn broke on the horizon, the teenagers emerged from the park, their faces pale and their hearts heavy with fear. They vowed never to return to the haunted carousel, but deep down, they knew that the darkness that lurked within its gates would haunt them forevermore. In the outskirts of a bustling city lay an abandoned amusement park, its towering roller coasters and twisting slides now mere skeletons of their former glory. Among the dilapidated rides stood the Tunnel of Terror, a once popular attraction that now lay dormant, its darkened entrance beckoning unsuspecting souls into its depths. Adam, a skeptic with a fascination for the macabre, scoffed at the rumors surrounding the Tunnel of Terror. Determined to prove the superstitions wrong, he embarked on a solo journey to explore the decrepit amusement park under the light of the full moon. As Adam approached the Tunnel of Terror, a shiver ran down his spine, but he brushed it off as nothing more than nerves. With a defiant smirk, he stepped into the darkness, the chill air wrapping around him like a cloak. The tunnel was pitch black, the only sound the echo of Adam's footsteps as he ventured deeper into the bowels of the ride. Strange whispers seemed to drift through the shadows, but Adam dismissed them as figments of his imagination. Suddenly, the tunnel began to twist and turn, its walls closing in around him like gnarled fingers. Panic clawed at Adam's chest as he realized he was trapped, the darkness suffocating him with its icy embrace. Just when Adam thought he could take no more, the tunnel opened into a cavernous chamber, its walls lined with flickering torches, casting dancing shadows across the room. But there was something sinister about the chamber, something that made Adam's blood run cold. As he cautiously explored the chamber, Adam stumbled upon an ancient altar, its surface stained with dried blood. A sense of dread washed over him as he realized he was not alone. Shadows lurked in the corners of the chamber, their eyes gleaming with malevolence. With a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach, Adam realized he had stumbled upon something far more sinister than he could have ever imagined. The Tunnel of Terror was not just a ride. It was a gateway to the realm of the damned. Desperate to escape, Adam raced through the chamber, his heart pounding in his chest. But the shadows seemed to reach out for him, their icy fingers grazing his skin as he fled. As Adam burst out of the tunnel and into the moonlit night, he vowed never to return to the cursed amusement park. But deep down he knew that the darkness that lurked within the Tunnel of Terror would haunt him for the rest of his days. In the heart of a forgotten town stood an abandoned amusement park, its once vibrant attractions now silent and overgrown with weeds. Among the relics of its past glory stood the Ferris wheel, its towering structure a haunting reminder of happier times long gone. Sarah, an amateur photographer with a fascination for the paranormal, decided to explore the abandoned park one moonlit night in search of the perfect shot. Armed with her camera and a sense of adventure, she ventured into the deserted landscape, her footsteps echoing through the empty pathways. As Sarah approached the Ferris wheel, a chill ran down her spine, and she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Ignoring her unease, she raised her camera and snapped a photo of the towering structure against the backdrop of the night sky. But as she reviewed the photo, Sarah noticed something strange. In the corner of the frame, a shadowy figure loomed, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Curiosity piqued, she resolved to uncover the truth behind the mysterious apparition. With a sense of trepidation, Sarah climbed aboard one of the decrepit Ferris wheel gondolas, the rusted metal groaning beneath her weight. As the Ferris wheel creaked to life, she ascended into the night sky, the world below disappearing into darkness. But as the Ferris wheel reached its peak, Sarah heard it. The faint whispering of voices carried on the wind. At first she dismissed it as her imagination, but as the whispers grew louder, she realized they were coming from the empty seats beside her. Terrified, Sarah glanced around, but there was no one there. Only the empty gondolas swayed in the night breeze, their shadows dancing in the moonlight. Desperate to escape, she reached for the emergency stop button, but her hand froze as a cold breeze swept through the cabin. Suddenly, the Ferris wheel jolted to a halt, and Sarah found herself suspended in midair, the empty gondolas swinging wildly around her. Panic rising in her chest, she struggled to break free, but the metal bars of the gondola seemed to hold her in place. As Sarah gazed out into the darkness, she saw them, the spirits of the abandoned amusement park, their ghostly forms swirling around her in a macabre dance. With a sinking feeling, she realized that she was not alone, that she had stumbled upon something far more sinister than she could have ever imagined. With a desperate cry, Sarah begged for mercy, but the spirits showed her none. As the night wore on, she remained trapped in the whispering Ferris wheel, her screams drowned out by the howling wind. And as the first light of dawn broke on the horizon, the Ferris wheel stood silent once more, its secrets buried within the shadows of the abandoned park.